Today is March 18th, and if you don't know, this is the 4th anniversary of this very YouTube channel. And the candles are burning down very quickly, so let's just blow these out to 4 years! Yeah. And many more. I really can't believe it's been 4 years since I started this YouTube channel, but you know, time flies when you're having fun, and I gotta say, these past 4 years have been the most fun, productive years that I have ever, had in my entire life. There's been a lot of things that I would have never thought back in 2019 when I started this channel that I would have been able to accomplish and done. I never really celebrated March 18th before up until this year because there's been so much that has happened since this past year that it's just incredible. To even have the idea that someone would tip me money for videos I make or playing video games through streaming, like it boggles my mind. I couldn't even fathom it 4 years ago. But here I am, and I gotta thank all of you that have helped this channel get to where it has been, and I just want to work even harder. Now, I've had YouTube channels in the past where it's just like, hey, here's a funny video, or most of it is songs because I record music and was in bands and all that kind of stuff. But I started this channel with the intention of it just being a byproduct for the podcast that I was going to do. So let's just give you a timeline. So August of 2018, I released Sunshine Fun Time, the second Glowing Ice album. And then after that, I felt like a bit lost. Like I went through a bad period, And by January 2019, I felt like, you know what? I gotta do something more than just music because I was burnt out. I was bored with music. I want to do more than just that. And, oh, my music is so sacred. Oh! In 2018, I was doing some like trial run podcast episodes. And in some of those episodes, I started reviewing things. I didn't record any of it on video. It was just audio. And the few people that listened to it, preferably my buddy Matt, he said, hey, I want to see video of that. And I was like, oh, okay, people actually want to watch us try food? Okay. I never saw myself as someone that would, put myself on display and eat food in front of the camera or anything like that. But seeing that I'm the only one that is a part of this YouTube channel, really, it's a necessary evil to put myself in front of the camera. January 2019, I was like, okay, Industrial Industries World Radio. If I'm going to do this channel, I'm going to do it right. I need to buy some lights. I wound up buying a couple soft lights from Amazon and a little stand, a little tripod, and I knew so much about audio engineering and recording and all that. That was no problem, audio-wise, but trying to get video right was kind of a huge learning curve for me. I'm still learning to this day, much like audio. There's always something new that you have to learn. I downloaded a few apps for free off my phone to make graphics and thumbnails, and I was just like, all right, let's just try to piece this together the best I can and put out some YouTube videos. So even though I knew the amount of work to put out the podcast, it was going to take a few months, and the first episode of the podcast came out in October of 2019. But I set up this YouTube channel in March 18th, 2019, just to say, okay, when I do have videos, I'll put them in this little spot on the internet. I was thinking about Matt and what he said about how I should film myself when I try food. And I was like, all right, I need to call this segment something. So I was like, let's do a cheat day review. Let's do that. At the time, I was fasting a lot. I was just really getting down and losing a lot of weight. So anything that wasn't oatmeal, eggs, water, coffee, or tea was a cheat day for me. So, even eating something that wasn't really that fattening was a cheat day. So there was the cheat day review. Okay, so the very first video I ever put on this channel was on April 9th, 2019, which was for the Impossible Whopper cheat day review. Now, at this time, Burger King was only test marketing the Impossible Whopper in the St. Louis area, which luckily that's where I was, so I was able to try the thing. Now, even though I'm not much of a veggie burger eater, I want to eat real meat. I saw the Impossible Whopper as something to try because it was exclusive. I wasn't seeing many people reviewing it at the time, so I thought, hey, that would be something to try out and see if it is actually any good. So what I want to do to celebrate 4 years is go back and watch the very first video that I've ever put up on this YouTube channel. It all started right here. This room that I'm sitting in right now, my brother used to live in this room. Like where I'm literally sitting right now was where his bed sat. And so like the first year or two, I recorded a lot of reviews elsewhere than in this little corner with all the cans in the background. So when we watch this video, you'll see a shelf behind me, but it's in the corner of my actual bedroom. And yeah, it was very cramped. But I made it work for the first year or so, and you know, it was okay. All right, this birthday cake's calling my name. All right, come to daddy. Okay, so this first video has 7 likes, 338 views, and 1 dislike. So here we go. The very first video on my channel. Oh yeah. I would put this little card at the beginning. Learned, I don't know, a couple years later I had to Okay guys, welcome to the first edition of Cheat Day Reviews. We are shooting a little bit early and recording this a little bit early before the first official episode comes out because it's something special today. Well, beginning of this month. And those for you watching the video portion of this,
cut this out,
you will
bro.
see a background
Edit
that
this
is
out.
kind of under construction. It's in my bedroom, but as soon as we get a studio set up
here
by the summer, things will look a whole lot better. So just deal with it. It's all right.
Took a lot more than the summer.
Orbit soda and a bunch of retro garbage that I just enjoy
collecting. It is garbage.
Collecting.
You're right there.
In the background. It's the best I could do for my bedroom. I'm gonna get a drink of water here. Hang on. So anyways, like I was saying, I was recording ahead of time.
All right, so I was probably at this point 117 pounds. Like I was insanely skinny. But, you know, I was coming out of a very bad place and, you know, I had the energy to at least do this.
What we are reviewing today, folks, is the Impossible Whopper available for Burger King. Now, if you're asking yourself, what is the Impossible Whopper? That's what I asked myself when I was going into Burger King for lunch one day and I saw it. And it was I think it was exactly April 1st. So I thought it was an April Fool's Day joke and they were just going to trick you, go in there and order the Impossible Whopper and they just laugh at you. But
that would have been
it's
cool,
a real
though.
thing, and I've done research on it. That day I didn't order one. I just ordered the regular Whopper because I didn't know what it was. So I did a little bit of research, and I found out that it is a vegetarian substitute for the original Whopper. And let's see here. I got some notes here. And the
Just read it.
release
You don't
date
have
for
to
this
tell
was
anybody.
April 1st, the day I saw it out. They had the little sticky thing on the window that, you know, advertises certain things they have to order. And where is this? Well, if you're in any other part of the country or the world, it's only right here in the St. Louis area. They're test marketing it now. So it is the 59 Burger King locations in
I said it,
the
bro.
St. Louis area. And it's just test marketing right now, as I just said. And let's take a look here. Yeah, the Impossible Whopper, it's from Burger King, claims to have 0% beef, all plant-based patty. And it's a good substitute, I guess, for vegetarians and people with a vegan diet, as long as you don't order it with mayo and cheese. I guess it's fine. I don't know what else would be in there. Tomato, lettuce, the plant-based patty, a bun. Maybe the bun might be grilled with butter. I don't know. Who knows? But anyways, I got my water here, and we're going to test this out.
Oh, that water looks so
right
good.
before we get into that, though, we need to take a look at what we're getting ourselves into here. The Impossible Whopper, it costs around $6, but mine, I ordered it with cheese, and I got mayo on it without onion.
That's a ripoff.
It's $6.86.
Dang.
And the original
Even for
Whopper
29
has
teen prices.
660 calories as opposed to the Impossible Whopper having 630. But both of the calories from the Impossible and the regular Whopper both of them have more than calories half of fat. So yeah, half of them is still fatty regardless if it's the vegan or the beef.
Yep.
So 40 grams of fat from the Whopper, 34 grams of fat from the Impossible Whopper, 28 grams of protein from the regular Whopper, and 25 grams of protein from the Impossible. Cholesterol is the big difference between the regular Whopper and the Impossible, which the regular Whopper is 90 milligrams and the Impossible is only 10 milligrams. Now, the switch up is the sodium. There's a lot more sodium in the Impossible Whopper with 100.
They got to make it taste good.
1,240 and sodium is only 980 in the regular Whopper. Can I talk? And let's see. So if you're Impossible, where is that name coming from? Why is it called Impossible? Well, it's from this company that is called Impossible Foods, and they talk about how, like,
cut this out.
They're wanting to basically change the world, make it into a better place by using plant-based food instead of regular meat. So, you can look them up, check them out. I read up on them. It's too much to explain right now, so just go check them out on your own if you really feel like you want to check it out. And, so yeah, that's that. That is the Impossible Whopper. Is there any more information I got here for this? Well, bottom line is, it's not exactly health food. You know, even though it's a plant-based burger patty, it's still, as you can tell and hear, that it's still got same amount of fat and everything basically in a regular Whopper. So let's check this out. There it is, the Impossible Whopper, flame grilled to perfection. I don't know if that's focusing or not.
No, not really. Light's in the way, brother.
So that's... Oh, Mr. Bungle fell. CD fell on the thing for those of you listening. Okay, so that's what it looks like.
That looks like a Play-Doh burger.
That's the one thing I didn't notice. Usually when you order like something from Burger King and you throw it in your car through the drive-thru, it's, you know, not stinks up the car, but, you know, you smell it. I didn't smell nothing from this. So that's what it kind of looks like there on the bottom half. Kind of looks like, I don't know, it looks like a sponge. Like it's not, it's more compact and pushed together more than a regular patty, it seems like.
Yeah, that thing looked disgusting. It was
end of a pickle.
Ugh.
Throw that in the
This is the one and only time I tried it. I'll probably revisit it.
All right, so here we go. Let's try out the Impossible Whopper from Burger King.
I remember it didn't taste that bad, actually. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this before. The backing music, too, here, it was always a lot more louder. Like, now I've kind of buried the music very, very, like, low volume compared to here.
You know, I'm just going to get a piece without anything else on it, just to see what this tastes like, the patty itself. So, I mean, it looks like a regular Whopper, really. And it doesn't taste too bad upon the first couple bites. It's just...
If anything, the patty kind of feels like less than, like not taste-wise, but just like thinner or more airy, lighter.
Yeah, it was like a sponge.
I'm gonna try it just without the. I got the meat here.
It's very cavernous type of patty.
Yeah, it kind of just tastes like the meat, or the meat, quote unquote, just kind of falls apart very easily.
Like a dry sponge.
But it doesn't taste bad. It's got a nice char grilled taste to it, like you would expect from Burger King. So let's get a few more bites here.
You see that monkey up in the top left corner? That's an actual. It comes with little cigarettes. You can put it in the monkey's mouth and it'll smoke it. Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. I have it somewhere. I don't know where. I may have to demo that.
Oh no, is all my chewing getting picked up on the mic? It's nice, like ASMR or something.
Some people have complained about that, like they hear the chewing and they're like, "You sound like a cow chewing its cud." I know in a lot of cheat day reviews now I cut out a lot of the eating because it's a waste of time.
There you go.
Okay.
For the camera, I'm pointing it towards the camera so people can see what it looks like.
Looks like a deviled egg a little bit.
Well, that's the big question. How does the... hang on, let me be a heathen here. Talking with my mouth full here. Get a drink.
Yeah, I'd cut this out right now.
So that is the big question. What does the Impossible Whopper taste like? What does a Whopper taste like that doesn't have any beef in it? It's not that bad. The way this is cooked, the way it's prepared, the way the burger patty tastes, the texture, even though it's different, that's the biggest difference that I could taste. I don't have an original Whopper here to really tell the difference, but from what I can recall from eating Whoppers, which I eat plenty of, that is the only difference. The patty itself is kind of just lighter. It falls apart in your mouth, not in the burger, obviously. That's basically it. The texture is good for what it is. That's my first vegan, vegetarian, quote unquote, burger, and it's not bad the way this is. So,
first
on a
burp,
scale from
monumental.
1 to 10, if I were to just like, now say if I were to, well, on a 1 to 10, how does this taste?
Come on, spit it out.
I'd give it an 8.5, 9. I mean, for what it is, it's a Burger King, burger on top. It's not like gourmet, so I'm not going to give it a 10. But for what it is and what it's striving to be, it's a solid 8.5. Now, if I were to just be driving around with some buddies and we swing through Burger King, would I order this just because, oh yeah, that's what I want in my head, maybe. I would actually maybe skip the regular beef for this. Probably not, though. I'd probably get the real beef just because...
True that. True that, brother.
Spending $6 on something, I'd want the real deal. But for somebody that would have a vegan diet, a vegetarian diet, I would say go for it. It's really good. So, yeah, that is it. That is Cheat Day Reviews, the very first one for episode 1. I am DJ Glowing Ice, and I will see you next time.
How do I end this? Can I just drink water?
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Oh, the ending little thing. Yeah, my buddy Giuliano, that's a part of Industrial Industries, made the graphic. I made that sound for that to end. Oh, man.
So the very first year, from 2019 to 2020, I got a whopping 51 subscribers a whole year. And then after 2 years, by 2021, I had 114 subscribers. And then after 3 years, in 2022, I had 694 subscribers, which I was like, whoa, that's awesome. I may just actually get to 1,000 subscribers. And then at this very moment, March 18th, 2023, I now have 12,837 subscribers. People that watch me and cared enough to click subscribe. It's amazing. It's crazy to think that many people just over this past year have subscribed to me. But I do realize I did put in a lot of work. There was a lot of hard work I put into my videos. Even before this past year or the year before, I was putting a lot of work in, and I would maybe get 15 views, 16, a dislike, no likes, you know, and you just got to keep working at it and just, you know, staying persistent. And I started this channel with no intention of it being what it is today. Like, I just thought, hey, there's a video portion of the podcast on this YouTube channel if you want to watch it there. And that was it. I know a lot of people found this channel through the McDonald's documentary, and I'm grateful for everybody that found the channel that way. But I know there are some friends out there, some people that I've met through this channel that are very passionate about Pepsi stuff, or just like oddball, weird toys or whatever, things that I am interested in. And it's really cool to know people are like that out there. People I've never met in person that I know I wish I had growing up in high school or whatever. The internet is a crazy thing. It's let me know that there are a lot of great people out there. It's very, very soul crushing sometimes when you know what you're doing and you have a vision for it and nobody else sees it, and there's not much of a positive reinforcement. But if you're driven enough and you're not dissuaded by what people say or think about you, just stay focused on that. That's the best advice I could give anybody trying to do anything. Don't worry about the fame or how many views or how many likes your stuff gets. As long as you're passionate and you enjoy making the stuff that you're making, that's all that should matter, and that should be the reward more than anything else. And as you keep following that, people will eventually start enjoying and watching your stuff. So that's one thing I will never ever let happen with this channel or anything else that I do, is like try to follow some avenue that my heart really isn't into. Like, oh, you should try doing this. You should try. No. I'm going to make some YouTube video that I really think is cool, that may only get 50 views and 1 dislike. But I will enjoy it, and I will know that at the end of the day, I will be happy to know that I made something that was, at least to me, worthwhile. I want to thank my 2019-year-old self for pursuing this, because it has made my life very fun, enjoyable, and thank all of you guys for being along for the ride. I do appreciate every single one of you. It's been an awesome time, and here's to another 4 years, 10 years, 20 years. How many more years until I'm 80 years old trying cheeseburgers still on this channel? Here's to that. Here's to you guys. Hope you have a great one, and let's just keep rolling with this ride. There we go. It can't be a real video without a burp. I'm DJ Glowing Ice. See you later.